BCLC Squad, welcome back to our BCLC podcast. So we are so happy today because we are going to have some, grateful and of course insightful podcast. And now I have a special guest here with me, and I hope you guys can enjoy our podcast and also our conversations. So before we start our topic today, I would like to introduce you my friend here, just our special guest. And hello, Bob.
Hello everybody, I'm Bob Lee.
Yes, can you please tell more about yourself to our viewers?
Okay, I'm Bob Lee and I'm
Bob
from
Lee.
the Guangxi province from China. It's about very south province of China, nearing the Canton. Everybody, I guess you know, they have Hong Kong, right?
Okay.
It's very near
Hong
to
Kong.
Hong Kong, right? So it's the first, about the second weeks I went to Indonesia, and thank you for the hearty welcome of the UCLC, right?
BCLC.
BCLC,
Yes,
sorry.
BCLC. Okay, nice to meet you, Bubbly. So this is your first week in Indonesia?
Yes, almost the first week. I went to Indonesia in the last week,
Okay,
the
last week.
26th.
Is this your first time?
Yes.
Oh, wow, interesting. So how is Indonesia? The first time you came here?
Well, the Pontianak.
Pontianak,
we are,
yes,
we
Pontianak.
are in the Earth quarter, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very hot.
Yes, exactly.
But as hot as the Indonesia people. We are also very charming and all lovely
Oh my
people.
God, I appreciate
love
it.
Indonesia.
Thank you. Well, everyone, we are so willing to have you here. We are so happy to have you here, and thank you so much for willing to be our special guest here, Bobby. So we are going to talk about your presence here as a student in Indonesia. And let's talk first about your program that you follow here in Indonesia in our Tanjungpura University. So can you tell us about your major and what program you choose in our university?
Yes. I'm from the law school, so in Indonesia language, I believe is called the Fakulti Hukum.
Hukum.
Yes, the Hukum.
Law faculty.
And I'm the master student of
Master
China.
students, okay.
Yes, my major is about the civil and the commercial law. So in Indonesia, the Fakulti Hukum, they give me the exchange student programs like for 3 months.
3
Yes.
months. Okay, so you will be here for 3 months?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Till China's winter, I will be back.
Oh, okay. Chinese winters.
Yes.
Wow, so interesting because it seems like you're very interested to law. What makes you interested to law?
Sorry.
What makes you interested to law?
Oh yes. Interesting in Indonesia law or Chinese law?
Both. Like in
Both.
law.
Alright.
What makes you interested in it?
So, for Chinese law, I don't want to talk it more because we are in the land of Indonesia.
Okay.
Maybe about 5 years ago, I went to exchange another program in the NUS, the National University of
Yes.
Singapore, right? I study a lot of things about Islamic law
Okay.
in Singapore.
In
And I
Singapore.
know the Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia, you are all Islamic countries,
Yes.
and you have very interesting things, very different from the normal law system, right?
Okay.
So that's the reason why I came to Indonesia. I want to try to find out how you combination all the traditional things like the Islamic things and the modern Thai thing, the Dutch thing,
Okay.
Yes, the Dutch things.
Oh wow, very interesting. That's why I don't wonder. Well, since this is your second week in Pontianak in
Yes.
Indonesia, what is your daily life as a student in Indonesia?
I have to say, Pontianak life made me very relaxed, and I think
Pontianak.
people in Pontianak
Okay.
they are very casual,
Uh-huh.
right? And lot of motorbike.
Yes.
They are too fast, too dangerous.
Can you ride it?
Yes, motor is too dangerous for me. Guangxi do have Nanning. I'm from the Guangxi Nanning, and Nanning do have lot of motorbike.
Okay.
Maybe 10 years ago.
10 years
But
ago.
after that, it's forbidden.
Oh, really?
Once upon a time, Nanning was the biggest amount of motorbike owner country all around the world.
Wow.
So when I went to Pontianak, the motorbike made me feel very familiar.
Okay.
Very like the old time, you know.
But you can ride it, right?
I can
Motorbike.
ride it, but I don't want to ride in Pontianak. You
Yes,
know,
of course.
you have to
dangerous.
be the master and you ride.
Yeah. So, well, did you experience culture shock in your second week in Indonesia or Pontianak? The culture shocks, like what it's
Yes,
like.
but I don't think Pontianak was very culture shock place for me.
Oh, really?
You know, I before these interviews, I go to the Google, I go to the wiki.
Uh-huh.
You know, there are maybe 30% of Chinese people
Okay.
in Pontianak, or we say the West Kalimantan.
West
you know,
Kalimantan.
the Singkawang.
Singkawang?
Yes, the Singkawang.
Yes,
Yes,
Singkawang.
it's very. There's many Chinese people, and
Yeah.
the first night I went to Pontianak. There, you have a street called Gajah Mada, right?
Gajah Mada.
Gajah Mada,
Yes.
yes, also the Chinatown, right?
Yes, very
I
famous.
see many familiar face there, and I also familiar with the food in here, but they
food.
made my froms too dry.
Yeah.
The fried chicken, it's called, sorry, what, ayam?
Ayam geprek.
Yes,
Ayam geprek.
yes, it's delicious.
Oh, really? You tried it?
I try this a lot.
Oh.
Always the ayam,
Ayam.
always
Ayam.
ayam. Yes.
You know what? It's fun fact. Ayam means like deer in Bahasa Indonesia. Ayang sayang.
Oh, sayang.
Yes,
okay,
it's
okay.
similar too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what about I wondered about your, your classes during your time in the Faculty of Law, right? How's the class? Like the lessons and the class.
The class, since I already talking to you, like I'm a master student,
Okay.
and the lesson for me, I believe it is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
Yes,
System.
your class, environment, the feeling is totally different with China. You know, in China we are more traditional, just like the teacher teaching and the
Yeah.
student writing.
Okay.
Okay, but here it's more. There will be more discussion,
Yes.
more idea changing. Right? I think that's good.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is the class conducted in English? Or the
Conducted-
classes?
Yes. Mostly English, but some elder professor they can
Yeah.
only speak in the Bahasa. Yes, Bahasa.
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 Bahasa
Yes.
Indonesia. So do you find it easy to socialize with local people or Indonesian people, Pontianak people here?
I think the local people in we are in the Barat Kalimantan, right? So the local people is maybe about the Dayak people or
Dayak people, Dayaknis,
Yes,
yes, it's Adik.
they are very kind. Yes, very kind. And I feel the from is uncomfortable, and I
Okay.
talk to my Dayak friends which just maybe the just meeting.
Oh.
And he buy the liang. It's called liang cha.
Oh, liang
Yes,
cha,
it's liang
oh,
chi for
wow.
me. I think wow, Dayak people
Very
or
kind.
yes, Indonesia people are very kind here.
Oh, wow, I appreciate it. Yeah, well, it was nice to talk with you actually. I hope we can share more knowledge and also experience to each other. But yeah, it is all about that's all for our podcast today. And I hope, guys, all of the conversations that we have shown to you today will be very insightful for you and will be useful for you. And also, thank you very much, Bobly, for
Yes,
sharing
Bobly.
with us, for coming here to be our guest. So I hope I hope you have good luck with our country and also had good experience here.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
And everybody, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, BCLC Untan. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
See you guys.